Hello everyone, we're at another old airfield museum, another local one. This is over at Horham. It's the 95th Bomb Group, Red Feather Club. Let's go and have a look round. So we've done station 139, this is station 119. There we go.
She loved it. Yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful. Chaplain's room.
Yes, yeah.
Your oxygen bottles. Wow. All the tools as well, good stuff that they used to work on.
This is all various bits and pieces they found on the airfield in dispersing.
Yeah, bits off crash planes and things.
412 bombs per
We're here somewhere. We are here. Airfield.
Just to give a good sense of scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. It's nicely done.
I think Aggie knows, but he's a bit busy.
Oh, that's lovely. The helmet with a packet of Lucky Strike cigarettes in there. Wow.
I don't believe it.
Lovely models.
Yeah.
Absolutely cracking models. Somebody spent a lot of time doing those.
More than a lot of love. Yeah, there's the 100th of the 349th Squadron. 95th. And Alan Johnson.
Yes.
Can't read that very well. So this is a table set out for the missing man ceremony. It's a dignified and solemn moment held within any formal occasion, but the symbolism is quite constant. As you enter such a formal occasion, at the head of the room is placed a round table to show our everlasting concern for those still missing. It should be covered with a white tablecloth, symbolising the purity of their motives when answering the call of duty. A single red rose displayed in the vase reminds us of the life of each of the missing and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith, awaiting answers. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, a symbol of our continued determination to account for our missing. A slice of lemon is placed on the bread plate to remind us of the bitter fate of those captured and missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt accompanies it and symbolises the tears endured by those missing and their families who seek answers. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those lost from our country, founded as one nation under God. The glass is inverted to symbolise their inability to share this evening's toast. The chair remains empty, they are missing. We take our feet and raise our glasses with a toast to honour America's prisoners of war and those missing in action, and to the success of our own efforts to account for them. And that was really nice.
Beautiful ceremony.
Fitting, isn't it?
Very good.
Alright, so they've got live music later on. That's quite good. Fantastic. Oh, the original wall art. Wow. History there. Original wall art. Beautiful. This is the dry lounge. Wow. Oh. You can imagine this in 1943, absolutely jumping of an evening. Servicemen and local girls probably dancing with them as well. Yeah, this place would have been absolutely jumping, full of life and activity and.
Despite in a pretty tumultuous time, you know.
Yeah.
It's something that's kind of, it's got a strange quality after the war. It's one of the sort of few places of positivity that would have happened, you know, on the air base.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the story of the war's tragedy, understandable so, this is...
Yeah.
They had fun at some points. Every part of the story is worth telling.
Absolutely. That keeping up morale in those years, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know.
Anything to distract them from, you know, the fate that awaited them.
It's the reason why a lot of the music in the 40s is so upbeat, as we found out because we were listening in the van on the way here.
Yeah.
Is because it sort of had to be.
Yeah, exactly. Try and bring a bit of joy and cheer and hope to them all. Yeah. Especially as they're in a strange little country far away from home.
Yeah.
With odd traditions and warm brown beer.
Funny accents.
Yeah.
Loads of kids.
So that looks like pilot. Is that uniform?
Yes.
With sergeant stripes. I can't remember what the stripes mean. Because you had different sergeants. So you had staff, tech, first sergeant.
That's right. Looking at that, I'd say just standard sergeant, whatever the equivalent is.
Might even be corporal, actually, I think. 3 stripes.
Possibly.
Not sure. Can't remember. I used to know what the stripes meant. I think that was tech sergeant.
Yes, possibly.
Yeah, technical sergeant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, if I could remember his name right now, that'd be good.
Right. A 50 cal.
Massive.
Yeah. The old B-17 would have been bristling with those.
So managed to get up in the air and goes with all notes of steam on them.
A lot of interesting stuff in it. It's difficult to cover it all. But there we go. Give you an overall view of it all. You'll have to come and visit yourselves. Cracking. Wonderful. So they even printed their own sort of newspaper for the 95th as well. You got bulletins and all sorts. Fantastic. Layouts of the buildings there. It's lovely. So it wasn't only bombing missions that they did in the latter stages of the war, obviously, as parts of Europe were liberated. They flew mercy missions, dropping food supplies, particularly over Holland with Operation Chowhound.
I think you can see there's a biscuit tin with Dutch writing on it.
Some of the artefacts there. So yeah. So not just bombing, it was also humanitarian. I love the rotating display so you can actually see the fronts and the backs of the jackets. Oh, that's brilliant.
And again, much like the hundreds, some lovely customised jackets.
Yeah.
Signifying.
Well, yeah, the crews customised their own jackets, didn't they, to suit. Wonderful. I say unique bits of history.
Our 24th mission was, the target was Berlin.
Oh. Oh, surveillance camera?
All aircrew members receive escape kits containing
You have to read this up, pause the video and read this. This is a really interesting bit about when they landed in Italy.
Pilots, co-pilots, navigators, and
Lamp on the stove, wow. Magazine. Squire. That's actually used checker sets like those on the planes. Ammo box with 9 yards of ammo. B-17 tail wheel. Cameras there, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, the old bikes have been pretty much the main means of transport around here, apart from the Jeep. Last shelter.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been good for a direct bomb hit, but the idea was more to keep the signal of stop going.
Yeah, you just get your head down behind the brick wall and it just protects you from the blast basically. But that's nice.
Oh, that's lovely.
Got the poppies growing behind it as well.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Gorgeous. Lovely thing. Beautiful. Oh, there we got. Oh, vehicle maintenance.
Check oil daily, check wheel nuts daily, check air pressure weekly. 253059 needs to refill gas. 20173073 needs care service.
Carb service.
Carb service, beg
The
your pardon.
carburetor.
Carburetor. Keep them rolling.
Engine workshop. Awesome.
What, no
Oh,
dent, thank
hello.
God.
Fantastic. Original blast shelter again. Another one. We've got one over there.
Two up there.
And this one. And as you can see, like a lot of World War II airfields now turned to farming use. See, all those expanses of concrete are always useful for putting chicken sheds and things on. Yeah. That's lovely. That's nice memorial to the guys that served here. And you think, really, in the whole scheme of things, and the whole history of the site, really, it's only a small bit of the history. I mean, literally, they were here for 2-3 years. You know, and this place has been standing over 80 years now.
And yet there's so much that needs to be told just
Yeah,
from here.
yeah. A lot went on in those 2 to 3 years.
Such a vast expanse of history.
We'll have a look inside this one, shall we? Past the hawthorn. Massive crack in the brickwork there. Comes as no surprise, really. As I say, they were only temporary, really. They weren't designed to last a lifetime. But yeah, it's amazing that they've survived this long. You know, 83 years now, 82, 83 years.
Yeah.
So that was the 95th Bomb Group Museum, the Red Feather Club, at the old RAF Horham site. We're now going to disappear off. Magpie's busy picking blackberries. I'm not complaining. I do love a blackberry crumble.